Ever since Netflix dropped Outer Banks Season 4 Part 2 on November 7, 2024, fans have been curious about what will happen next, and you know what? I can totally relate. After that incredible season, we have every right to be excited, so here I am once again to tell you everything you need to know about Season 5, including the release date, trailer, and some exciting plot details. Oh, of course, we also have to talk about JJ's death and that insane theory that Rafe will eventually replace him. There are a few certain things about season 5, so let's start with those, alright? The creators of the show earlier said that season 5 will be epic, and it will be the end of the story as the precious blue crown carries us through all the way to the end. So no, if you thought that we wouldn't be seeing Blue Crown in season 5 for a second, you're dead wrong. It's only the beginning. After all, the Pogues lost someone very dear to them along the way. Now it's time for them to retrieve the Blue Crown since they have a bigger motive to do so, to avenge JJ's death. The season 4 finale made us sure that the Pogues will go after JJ's biological dad. Rafe is running off to Portugal to sell the Blue Crown and get a huge amount of money, so the Pogues will just follow him. Meaning that most of the story will probably take place in Portugal because I don't think it will be an easy task to take Rafe down. Yes, the Pogues want revenge, but let's not forget that they're not in a good place right now, both physically and mentally. Cleo was shot by Lightner, so she has to deal with that first. She needs to fully recover, right? By the way, the creators revealed that there are some big plans to honor her. Do you have any idea what could that be? Let me know in the comments below. Cleo aside, we have Pope, who killed Lightner and is dealing with PTSD. He has to confront what he's done at some point, and I'm really worried about his mental health. In season 5, I expect him to have a mental breakdown, which would be really tense, I believe. Sarah and John B, on the other hand, are expecting, and at some point, they may have to decide to get a break from all the chaos for the babies and Sarah's well-being. You see where this is going, right? All we have left is Kiara and Rafe. Let's start with Kiara, then I'll have a few things to say about Rafe. I'm actually really worried about Kiara because in the season 4 finale, we all saw those dark thoughts in her eyes, right? Sometimes when you have the biggest motive, it slowly turns into an obstacle and a heavy burden. All that determination and desire to get revenge might actually make things worse, don't you agree? A strong motive can backfire, cloud her judgment, and eventually make her take the wrong, uncalculated steps. Hell, it can even be the end of her. At this point, I'm expecting the Pogues to intervene and talk some sense into her, but I also feel like she's on the verge of becoming unstoppable. Actually, the Pogues' intervention can also make her feel even lonelier. The creators earlier said that Kiara is going to be the spine of the season, the way JJ was of season 4, which makes me wonder if she'll fight alone at some point. But maybe she doesn't have to be alone, which brings us to Rafe. At the end of the day, Rafe can be the only one who fully supports her decisions, so in season 5, you may get to see them getting closer. I know, Kiara always hated him, but you cannot deny that as the story progressed, she also felt some sympathy for him, right? Now let's talk about Rafe for a second because Josh Pate, the co-creator, said that they believe Rafe can do anything, and he's heavily involved in season 5. To me, Rafe has been an interesting character throughout the show, and he definitely made some huge mistakes. I mean, he tried to kill his own sister, Sarah, for God's sake, but to his credit, he also tried to be a better person. His relationship with Sophia changed him a bit. Also, after losing his dad, he began to question his life decisions, which I believe helped him to be a better person. In season 4, he reached out to Sarah and tried to fix things with her. Then he proceeded to help the Pogues by arranging them a boat for their next adventure. Does this make him a good person and a true part of the Pogues? No, I don't think so, but I also can't deny that he has the potential. I mean, he told the Pogues that they should go after Graf. I'm telling you, he's ready for Portugal and to avenge JJ's death. In season 5, Rafe may become a key character, especially about finding a common ground between the Pogues and Cooks. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Rafe, I like that he's a multi-dimensional character. He's not pure evil, he has childhood traumas, regrets, mistakes, and good deeds. Season 4 paved the way for him to become a part of the Pogues, so in Season 5, we may get to see him find his place in the group and while doing so, turn into a good, reliable ally for Kiara as well as the rest of the Pogues. To me, JJ is an irreplaceable character, but I also can't deny the fact that he and Rafe share some certain traits, like they're both ready to risk it all. They're impulsive and unpredictable, which makes them strong characters. And most importantly, they're strictly loyal to where they belong. So when you give it a thought, Rafe is a good choice to fill JJ's shoes, not because JJ is replaceable, but because Rafe has great potential to become an incredible part of the story. Alright, what else will happen in Season 5? We already know that there will be a journey to Portugal, but is that all? Not really. The creators of the show say, and I quote, "When we get to the end, I think everyone's going to be satisfied that we bring everything home and all the stories are wrapped up." Meaning that no matter where the adventure takes the Pogues, they'll end up going back to where it all began, North Carolina. Now let's talk about the release date because I know you're too excited to wait. Now, what we know for sure is that the scripts started being written in November 2024 and the show had a tentative production start date in the spring, meaning that Season 5 may not arrive on Netflix until 2026. I feel like it's definitely possible for them to start in the spring since they have enough time to finish the script. I hope we'll have some new updates on the production in the upcoming weeks, but my guess is that we'll have Season 5 in late 2025 or early 2026. As for the trailer, of course, we're not blessed with one yet, but I believe Netflix may surprise us with a teaser around the summer just to keep us even more excited for what's to come. In the teaser, we can see Rafe being a part of the Pogues, we can have a few glimpses about Sarah's pregnancy, Pope's guilt, Cleo's recovery, and last but not least, Kiara's determination. I also expect to see Groff in a short scene. Let me know what you think will happen in Season 5 in the comments below. Do you think Rafe can replace JJ or not? Should JJ return or is it too late? I know many of you want him back alive, so maybe you can go and watch this video where I talk about how he may return to Season 5.